Had to dust off the mic to get back in the swing of things, fellas, because it's been a while. We are on another edition, another episode of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast show after a long layover with the NBA being in their All-Star break with the Eagles, season finishing in the Super Bowl, which we'll get into a little bit. But make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on social media. Let us know what you think. Give us your tips and your suggestions. We're going to spend this episode talking a lot about, well, I want to talk a lot about the Sixers as they go into the second half of their season. 30-24, looking to make a playoff push without Paul George for a few games. And with the health of Joel Embiid up in the air now, a lot of things are kind of looking murky, but they are in a good position. Sixth right now in the Eastern Conference standings, considering all things considered, I think you can't really complain too much. So we'll definitely talk about them on this episode. They're actually on right now. Dad, have you caught any
Yeah,
of
they're losing right
the
now.
Sixers?
They're down by 6 or 7 right now, going into halftime.
Right. So everything I
So
said is pretty okay. So
yeah,
down. They're
Embiid's
playing
out.
Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
playing Atlanta, Embiid's out. Still can't rebound. Can't stop fast breaks. Typical Sixer stuff. That's
So
all I'm saying.
they did some Sixers news. They did recently sign Tyrese Martin and they extended Jabari Walker, if I'm not mistaken. But
Tyrese
Tyrese
Martin
Martin, yeah, Tyrese Martin.
from where?
He
I
Never
thought
heard
is
of the
he's.
brother.
I thought he
he's
signed
a
with somewhere. I thought he signed somewhere else.
no. He rejoined the Sixers. He's on a two-way. He
Sure.
used to
Who
play.
is
He
this
played
dude?
for
I
the
don't know.
Nets.
Yeah, I thought he signed somewhere else, kid.
No, he
Let's see.
joined the Sixers on a two-way. You could look it
All
up.
right.
But the rotation is definitely something that we could talk about without Paul George. Like, who would you guys want to see? I guess I'll kick it to you first, Noah,
Oh,
since you're
you're right,
usually
son.
the point person after the intro. Who would you like to see get more minutes, Noah, with Paul George getting suspended? And what do you think the Sixers are going to do? And I also want to hear how many wins you think they'll finish with. I'm throwing a ladder
Uh,
to
uh,
you. I want to know
Noah,
how many
before you
wins you
start,
think they'll
Kobe, you all
finish with.
right? I'm sorry, Noah. Before you
I
start,
know I'm
Kobe, you
right.
all right? I know. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing to you. I'm sorry. I was wrong for once. Go ahead, Noah. I'm sorry.
Uh, who I would like to get more minutes? Like, I don't know. I would actually like want people to get less minutes somehow on this team.
Like
Uh,
who? Give us. Who do you want to have less minutes? We
I'm
may
kidding,
be on the same page.
kidding. But
I'm not.
I mean, this team wasn't really very deep to begin with. Then we traded McCann at the deadline, lost Paul George for suspension. Embiid's not playing, so we just need the guys that have been playing to step up. Like VJ, he's been good for us, but like he needs to step up a little bit, offensively for us. I feel like Maxi, he's been struggling lately. Um, he has been playing like 50 minutes every game, so he's probably just a little beat up. Like hopefully after the All Star break, he comes back a little refreshed. Um, I wanted the Sixers to sign Jeremy Sohan when he got cut by the Spurs. I thought that would have been like a good pickup for
Yeah,
us, but
really nice.
why would we ever spend money on anything? I think
I
Josh
I
Hart,
I think
Josh,
Sohan. I think Sohan wanted to go to the Knicks. Like I think his representatives wanted him in New York. He wanted to be in New York. I think New York was trying to get him last year at some point in time. So I think that was a done deal. The second that I heard that he was being released, I knew he was going to the Knicks. I wanted him too, but I was like, "There's no shot."
I doubt the
That's
Sixers
just
even like thought of fathomed even like paying him
Maybe
anyways.
you're probably right too.
well, he would have got the minimum because the Spurs still owe him money. So that actually explains a lot, Troy, because I thought I was when he signed with the Knicks, I was waiting, looking at my phone, waiting for you to go off, and because you didn't, maybe that's the reason why. You know, he was going to the Knicks.
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
were
I
gonna
just
explode. So
yeah. I
I
listen.
just
He's a
want to.
pre. He would have been perfect in this situation here, along with Alvarado.
Yeah. So I just want to say what I'm noticing from the Sixers is, and I want to know if you guys are seeing the same thing. The more Embiid plays, it seems like the more the Sixers are depending on him when he's not there. If that makes any sense. Like they started out the year where they were competitive and they were actually pretty decent because they didn't really depend on Embiid that much. Between him kind of like working himself back into shape, and then him kind of missing some games, they were super competitive without him for the first time. I think even the on-off splits were pretty good. But now that he's been playing more, not tonight obviously, but the the Sixers when he's not there miss him more, and that's super frustrating. We haven't talked about, and I'm glad Noah brought this up. Yeah, I know we were in the chat a lot about when the McCain trade happened. I didn't mind it because I thought at the time that it was going to lead to another move, but to subtract a player, especially a guard, because I mean Grimes has been in and out of the lineup. They don't have believe it or not, they don't have a ton of guards. That's why they had to sign campaign. But to get rid of a player and not bring someone back is really frustrating. And I'm a big Daryl Morey fan, but that is I don't understand it. Are they looking to save that much money? They just dump a player with potential.
Well,
Now
did
they
you hear
got a
his press
decent
conference?
return back. What's that?
Did you hear his press conference?
I did his
Yeah,
press
apparently he
conference.
doesn't think he has much potential.
No, in his press conference, well, it's not that. In his press conference, he had, and you're right, Kobe. I'm not saying he did say he sold high on him, but in his press conference, it felt like he was okay. We did trade a player, we didn't get anyone back, but we're going to be active in the buyout market, and they really haven't done that. I don't. The campaign move is not the move I was thinking. I'm hoping they go after, and I don't know how you feel about this. Lonzo Ball, like he's out there. I think it would be, he's not the player he was before, but he's a good defender. He's a great passer. He can handle the ball. I'm hoping they go with someone like him, if not him. But it's been a frustrating watch with the team now depending on Embiid like this was like 3 years ago, and also they're down a player after Darren Morey makes this move. Again, I'm a big fan of his, but I just don't understand why you subtract a player and not bring one back.
Well,
Just
and
want to kind of get it.
Chuck in his press conference, he said that he made the McCain move with the expectation that he was going to make a second move, but he didn't have that second move lined up already, which is to me is just it's asinine. Like
It's
Did
why
he
why
say
would
he had?
to
He
he
said
was
he didn't have it
he
lined up.
he had another move. They wanted to make an additional move, but for whatever reason that move didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So like I'm not trading away a 21-year-old player. I don't care how, he's coming off an injury, but he was the runaway rookie of the year last year. You're going to trade him away with the expectation of making a second move, but you don't have that second move set up yet. That makes no sense.
And I think that just
So
goes to show you he didn't value Jerry McCain anymore, which is crazy.
I don't mind. Like I'm asking you guys, what they need him because they need another ball handler, and they don't have a ton of shooters. They have people who can shoot. They just don't have a ton of shooters. What do you think his? I didn't mind a trade. Again, I wanted someone back, but what do you think his ceiling is? If you don't say Steph Curry, besides Steph Curry, like what do you
You
like
you
a small guard who can't
I
really defend?
right.
What do you think his ceiling
well,
is?
I
Hit
think he had I think
Go
he has
ahead, son.
potential to get better defensively. Like Maxi came in the league not a great defender, and he learned and has become a really, really good two-way player. So I think he has
Yeah, good
potential.
point. I
Jeremy
can
McCain,
argue
he's
that.
always had a strong base. He's not like frail. So I do expect him to continue to build on that base. And as he gets more experience, I think he'll become a better defender. But you're right. That's not, he's 6'2". He's an undersized guard in today's NBA. So he will get picked on his whole career.
I don't think he's a lead guard for a championship caliber team. Like when I say lead guard, like starting point guard, right? But
He's a shooter.
he is, to me, he could cap out as a sixth man of the year candidate every year. That, to me, that's his potential. And in a pinch, you
I
need
can
him to
see that.
start for 10, 15 games. He'll do it, and he'll put up his numbers. He'll do Jared McCain stuff.
A third guard in this NBA is
He's
super valuable.
perfect third guard.
Yeah.
Perfect third guard.
But for them to, again, I don't mind a trade. I just was disappointed they didn't get anyone back because they're shorthanded. They just
Yeah.
are. And for them not getting back,
I didn't mind the
something-
trade. I thought, listen, a lot of people think that we got a lot back for him, but to me, I didn't think that first round pick. I don't think it was enough. I thought we could have got more for him at a later date. Obviously, Daryl Morey didn't think so. He topped out according to Daryl Morey. So it's like
True, I
you're
agree with
you're a
you,
big fan of him. I'm not. I was always kind of iffy with him. At this point in time, he pretty much lost me. Like, I'm ready for him to be gone.
This is just a unserious front office. Like
I
organization.
I agree. In your father's words, this is a Mickey Mouse organization right now. This is a Mickey Mouse
That
organization.
that's weird. Like he never wants to give any excuses to all the players, but like he loves like Daryl Morey. That it's weird.
He loves
Well,
Daryl Morey like he
well-
loves the Phillies management. Phillies can do no wrong.
Okay, so since he can't, first of all, you gotta love his drafts. You gotta love his drafts. You gotta love the fact that he can identify people like Derek Barlow, like people on the fringes that that could help a team out. I'm not saying he's perfect, but I do like him, and I don't know if we rank GMs on. Yeah, I hate to say it, Brad Stevens is like
Who?
killing it right now.
If you rank GMs in the
But
NBA
if you rank
Who?
in the NBA, if you
Today.
rank GMs, and
today,
he's in the top 5 to me
no,
of GMs. Absolutely.
no.
I don't want to do this
That-
exercise
that
right
who?
now, but
No.
maybe another podcast.
Who?
But he's
We-
definitely top.
You got Sam Presti and Brad Stevens.
Who has he drafted that like has been like great for us?
Whoever's running the Knicks is doing a better
Tyrese
job than Daryl
Maxey.
Morey.
I just said other than Maxey. Who else? Like
Well, listen.
VJ Edgecombe
Chuck.
fell into his lap.
Chuck.
Because
No, he didn't.
tanked.
He could have took a lot of people. He took him. Yes, that's right.
Chuck,
Yes.
did you know who Tyrese Maxey was in college?
No idea.
No idea. I did.
Not a clue.
That
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
the-
sorry. So I didn't know beef. I never saw him in college. I know it was a COVID year, but as I was prepping for the draft, he was projected to go higher. I saw his reports that he was projected to go higher. I knew who he was, but I never saw him play before. So if that makes any sense, because I know it was a COVID year, there was a lot of wasn't a lot of tape on him and a lot of those players.
well, to me, like Daryl Morey didn't have to use a lot of brain power to take Tyrese Maxey where he took him. That was a layup. That was a layup. The one draft I will give him, and I'm not giving him a VJ Edgecombe to Noah's point. I'll give him Jared McCain because I was like, why are you picking this kid? I watched him at Duke and I didn't think anything of him.
They-
That was a good pick,
why-
and I will
why
give
would-
you that he does recognize talents like the Barlows and the Jabari Walkers. I'll give him that. But where he pisses me off is the Kyle Lowry's still on the roster. The Eric Gordons that was here for a year and a half, 2 years, and the fact that he brought back Cameron Payne, who's been the
Which one more
bane of my
campaign? Listen, I
existence.
don't
I
mind
don't like him.
campaign.
I don't like
It's
him.
just not
He
the
looks
move
like
that I
Ice
wanted.
Age, and I hate his game.
What do
I
you
hate
think
his
of?
game.
Well, to all of you guys, what do you think of
Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo?
I thought that they should have went for him first. I was big on Alonzo
He's still out
Ball.
there.
And listen, he wasn't playing great, but like what you said earlier, Chuck, he's a veteran guard. He's a big guard. He's a defensive minded guard, and that's exactly what we need, especially someone next to Maxi. I thought he would have. I thought I would have gave him a shot. I definitely would have gave him a shot, way before Cameron Payne, way before him.
Yeah.
Cameron Payne was playing, and I don't know where he was playing. Like
Just with the
it
Knicks.
makes no sense. No, he was overseas, dude. He was overseas
Oh yeah, he was
after the Knicks.
overseas.
Lonzo
I'm
Ball
frustrated.
Lonzo Ball being a Sixer has like always been a dream of mine, like since middle school. But like,
Here's the other thing you guys aren't really taking in consideration with Daryl Morey, and I don't want to, Kobe. We can move on whenever you want, Kobe. I just wanted to say he walked in a situation with Ben Simmons not wanting to be here. He made the best of that, the best he could. Brought in James Harden. If anything, James Harden this year has made Daryl Morey look like the good guy in that whole situation after he got out of Los Angeles. And then he has to deal with the Embiid stuff, which is hard to navigate. And I think Embiid has too much power. I wish Morey would kind of take that away a little bit or do something
What Embiid stuff?
to kind of his injuries. Like he doesn't play. Like he
What do you
doesn't
mean he
play.
has
I'm not
too
saying
much power?
it's anyone's fault. He's just not on the court as much as he should. It's hard when you're paying.
That's not.
And again,
That's not him.
if
He
you
do-
wanna-
that's not. He doesn't have to deal with that. It's more Nick Nurse that has to deal with Embiid's injuries.
No, but I think the fact that the record's not great, I think it goes back to more. If they were winning and more consistently, I think Morey you wouldn't be saying get him out of here as much. Like if they had
I
if they had a better record. I don't know, Troy. You are known to get rid of coaches and GMs.
listen.
don't-
Like
I don't know if you would be so.
Drummond shouldn't be on his team right now.
Leave him alone. He's doing his job, dude.
He's not doing his job,
Like-
Chuck. I don't know what Drummond you've been watching, man. I don't know what Drummond you have been watching. He's not. He's there to do one thing, and that's rebound, and he can't do it anymore.
That's his job. Yes.
He can't do it anymore.
He's got 10 rebounds
Troy,
right
he
now.
has
17
tonight.
minutes.
He has 5 points and 10 rebounds.
But
Like
That's
for a
that's
backup
one
center,
game. That's one game, right? But he should be getting 10, 12 rebounds every game. He shouldn't be benched, especially when Embiid is out. Especially when we need rebounding. He
You
should
know who
not be
get
benched.
Troy, you know who should be getting 10 and 12 rebounds a game? Embiid. Even when he's out there, he doesn't do that. Like,
My
why
point
the
is-
onus on him to Embiid to
My
rebound?
point
Why
is
it the bench
we
guy?
need a better backup center because fine, he's getting you 10 rebounds here, and then the very next game he's going to get benched in the second half because he's not doing his job.
Troy, I won't disagree with you. The Sixers need a better backup center. We've been saying that for Embiid's entire career. And besides Horford, Drummond is the best backup that they have, that they ever had.
That was Chuck. That was 2 years ago, dude. That's not the same. He's not the same guy now.
Yeah, I
He's
know
not the
but
same
he's
guy.
Still, I don't know. I don't know who's out there that you had mentioned in our chat. Like you can get a better backup center off waivers. Who are these? If that was the case, why haven't they never gotten anybody?
Because
Nobody-
Maury
like,
has
it's
Maury
been
has
trouble.
blinders. He has blinders on. For anybody that's produced for him in the past, he's going to pick him up again. It's the reason why we see in campaign. It's the reason why Eric Gordon was on his team. Kyle Lowry, he shouldn't be
forgot
on the
Dwight
team.
Howard.
It's a
You forgot about Dwight Howard.
with Dwight Howard. Right, Dwight Howard was here. Like he's going to bring anybody back that produced for him at
agree.
some point in time, and
I agree.
I don't think that's the way to run a team.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I'm just specifically with the center. It's been very difficult for the Sixers to find. Look at the on-off splits for Embiid's career. It's horrible. They've never had a good backup center. This is just. By the way, the Sixers are down 9. I just don't understand what's happening. It's just not. I think it's. I don't know who's out there. I'm willing to upgrade the position, but they just don't grow on trees. I think what Drummond gives you, he's starting to give you a little bit of a 3. He rebounds, he defends, he hustles out there. I'll take it.
No, does any?
But I just don't know.
Let's hear someone else's thoughts on Drummond. Does anybody have any thoughts on Drummond? Should he be on this team?
He's just
He just hit a. Did he hit a 3? Did I miss that? He hit a 3. He hit a 3 while we are talking. You heard you, Troy. He has 8 points and 10 rebounds.
Like I was not. I'm not gonna talk about Drummond, but I wanted to talk about you guys talking about Morey and stuff. Like, I don't mind Morey being the GM, but like I don't want Josh Harris being our owner. Like that's who I have an issue with.
Well,
I'm tired of Josh Epstein Harris. Like just
Josh.
no.
like he's
not
afraid
going
to spend
nowhere.
money. He's afraid to spend money, but like I don't know. Embiid literally came out and said like, "Oh, like I like the group of guys we have here. Like I'm hoping we can add like another piece because we think we could. The East is weak right now. We think we can do something with it." And then we just trade McCain.
And that's another point.
When we're inept of talent already.
And that's another point. That's another point. I'm sorry, no, go ahead, finish. I got something to say after you're done.
And like Drummond, I don't mind Drummond being on the team. It's just like I don't know. I don't think the backup center is an issue. I feel like we have no offense. Like if Embiid's not playing.
And let me ask you a question
For some
before.
reason, Embiid is still the best player on the team, and everyone kept saying, "Oh, it's Maxi's team. Oh my God, we're better without Embiid." Like that's never been the case, and never will be the case.
Not that we were better. And I'm sorry, Trey. I know
We
you want to
weren't.
talk.
Go ahead.
This goes back to my original point. I think that the Sixers, for some reason, now that Embiid's playing more, they're depending on him more. They're worse without him. Now, I totally agree with you, Noah. But in the beginning of the season, they looked competitive. Now, with all of these teams at the end of the year tanking, if the Sixers can't make a move, I'll be super disappointed. Like they should not be anywhere near the play-in. I don't know. Go ahead, Troy. I'm sorry.
How do you guys think the Sixers were before the trade? Like as far as locker room vibes and all of that stuff.
I thought the vibes were great.
I
was
thought they were
actually getting a little
better
excited.
than what they are now.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, does Morey take into account what that trade is going to do to the locker room? This guy, he wasn't just a fan favorite. He was the favorite of all of his teammates, right? Anytime he did something great, they were excited, more excited than he would get. Yeah. And then you trade him away. Like you can't tell me that doesn't bring this team down at some point in time. And look at the way they ended the first half of the season. They got blown out 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
One game by almost 50 points.
Yep.
Damn shame.
I don't think Daryl Morey has a good. I don't think he has a great idea of what to do with this team. He doesn't.
If you're saying he's too analytical, I totally agree with that.
Yes, I do think.
He doesn't see a vibe.
There's no eye test with him.
Number.
There's no eye test with him.
Yes, I agree with that. Totally agree. So yeah, I'm not saying he's a perfect.
He's a moron.
But I think
Daryl moron.
Daryl moron. Sounds good. I like it.
Can we go on from this?
We'll see what the Sixers can do in the second half of the season if they can go on a run and make the 4th, 5th, or 6th seed stay in that range in the East. Want to talk a little bit? What do you guys think about the Super Bowl?
Like the Eagles should have been in the Super Bowl. Like the Eagles could have beat both of those teams.
Yeah, I think.
I think
anything.
Dad, hold on, Dad. Before you speak. Did anybody notice that the Seahawks broke a record by having the most field goals in a Super Bowl? Did you guys know that they won the game having 5 field goals and only
Actually,
2
didn't
That's the
know that.
record.
They broke the record. 5 field goals out of any other Super Bowl. They had 5
No.
and only 2 touchdowns. They made more points in field goals than touchdowns. Make that make sense. They had the 1 touchdown and then they caught that interception. And I
I
barely
didn't know
watched the
that.
game. I barely watched the game.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't.
It
It wasn't
very,
exciting.
It was mid. It was mid. But
No, the
I'm
Super Bowl.
happy.
Super Bowl sucked.
Yeah, it was mid. It was mid. I'll say
So
it's mid.
I was talking to Jeremiah about the game after the next day, and I came. He said, "How'd you like the Super Bowl?" I said, "Oh, boring." He said, year last year when you Eagles played the Kansas City, it was boring too." I was like, "Well, I'm trying to like take out my Eagle glasses when I look at that game, but that game had star power. 2 black quarterbacks. The Chiefs were defending champs. The Eagles,
Wait,
like,
two black.
say what you
two,
want.
Two black quarterbacks.
Patrick
last year.
Mahomes.
Oh, last year.
Patrick Mahomes and yeah. So it had to me, this had a lot more juice than this one did, where you had 2. Now don't get me wrong, Drake May was second in MVP, but I guess he was hurt. You found that later after the game he was hurt. But Sam Darnold's not like bringing eyeballs to the screen. He's not. There's no like juice to him. I thought, and then say what you want about like the Philly fans, like that you heard them in that stadium. Like last year, it felt like the energy in that stadium that the Eagles fan brought, even in a blowout, was incredible. I thought.
But even though it
This
was a
year had, like-
blowout, the difference between last year and this year is that there were exciting plays in last year's Super Bowl. With the touchdowns, the interceptions, the plays on defense, the dagger.
Well, you can say a little bit about that. If you're a Seattle fan, you can probably
Not
look at that defense.
there.
and
There,
Not
say,
there
that
weren't.
game.
There weren't as many exciting plays being made
I
on
agree.
the field.
Are you saying that? Do you have your Eagles glasses off when you say
No,
that?
no. Because during the game, I was thinking about the same thing. Like this is another blowout. But last year's, it was different. Not because I'm an Eagles fan, but there were just more exciting plays. Like to Drew's point,
I
is
agree.
They
went
won
down
off
and
of
kicked a
field
bunch of
goals.
field goals.
But Troy, do you agree with the star power? Did you think last year had like just more
Of course.
personalities and
Yeah. You
just,
have
Taylor Swift was at the game.
right.
Kendrick
It
Lamar.
was just it just felt more. I don't know, just more exciting.
You had, and plus,
There
listen,
was a lot of
and
stakes involved. You also got to think about the president being in
I-
attendance. You also got to think about the Drake and Kendrick beef still finishing off. You got to think about
yep.
you got again 2
I-
black quarterbacks. We're gonna if Jalen Hurts, when he won, he became the 4th black quarterback ever in the NFL to win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So there was just a lot.
I don't
of
think
stake.
I don't think I agree with anything you guys are talking about right now.
You
What is your take,
you thought the Super Bowl was great?
No, I didn't think Super Bowl was great, but I don't think like
Do
it
you
was
do
like, oh my
Last
god.
year's?
I don't think. No, this year. I don't think it was like, oh my god, last year there was so much more star power and hype. Like I thought it was gonna be a good game. The Seahawks are a good all around team. They just didn't perform in the way that they should have. They still blew them out. But like I don't think like
So,
pregame
Noah,
it was
you-
like
you-
it was
are
like
you
oh my god.
saying- Are you saying like Sam Darnold and Drake May have the same like gravity as Hurts and Mahomes?
No, but I
Throwing
don't.
Travis Kelsey, throwing Taylor Swift,
Saquon.
Saquon. Like, are you saying like that? Like,
I think you
What are we
guys are
doing?
being a little biased in that, like a little bit. Like I don't. I thought
I'm
there
trying
was a
not to
lot.
be.
There was a lot of hype going into this game. People thought it was gonna be a great game. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I think Noah's
The
Noah's
Bad
saying
Bunny, the
that.
Bad Bunny halftime was arguably more like talked about than the Kendrick one last year. Like before
Oh, the
this.
halftime show was great. Halftime
Yeah.
show was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Noah's saying we're not taking into account how Seattle had the top defense. Drake May, like you said, Chuck, second in MVP voting, but they're a lot of other things outside of the two quarterbacks that were attracting. And it was a rematch of the Super Bowl from 12 years ago. I think that was, for me, the biggest attraction to the game is the Seattle Seahawks trying to get their lick back, so to speak.
Also,
Second
you
was
had two
trash.
marquee
I don't. That game
teams.
was trash.
You had
Yeah,
two marquee
second,
teams also
Drake May, second
Hold
in
up, this
MVP
year?
voting.
You're talking
and
last year?
last year.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't consider the Seahawks like a marquee NFL team. And listen, I'll be honest with you. Without Brady and Belichick, neither are the Patriots. Seriously, they're not.
They are a legacy franchise, though.
They're a
They have
legacy
more Super
team,
Bowls
but
than
they're
it.
not.
I do
I
agree with
wouldn't
you,
call
Troy.
them.
I do agree with you. I agree with you. That's awesome. Yeah.
God,
The
no,
that
yeah.
this on a halftime, if I could say, in all honesty, it was hard to digest. Obviously, I don't speak the language, and I was talking to Drew about this.
Vale.
After, you know, after it was over, and I saw some stuff online. It moved me a little bit because I learned more about it. But at the time, it was really hard for me to kind of get into it because I just didn't understand the language. And in all reality, I'm not exaggerating. I've been watching Super Bowls for almost 50 years. And I don't think I've ever watched an entire halftime show ever, except for this one. I watched the whole thing. But before this, I don't think I've ever watched the entire halftime, ever. So it's just, I don't think those halftimes are for people like me. And I'm assuming you guys as well. I think they're for people who this might be the first game they watched all year. And they're entertaining. Usually at halftime, I'm like going to the bathroom, or I'm like, when the Eagles were in the Super Bowl, I was kind of like, oh my God, they're leading. Are they going to win? Like I was. Same thing with Rihanna was singing. I knew she was out there, but I was in the kitchen getting something to eat. I was at my mom's house. I saw her kind of in the background. But anyway, I watched the
But
entire halftime this year. But it didn't really move me until afterwards, and I saw more stuff on social media.
What were you going to
Yeah,
say,
I thought it
son?
was I was gonna say I thought it was the perfect halftime show for everything that's going on in the world. Like Bad Bunny won a Grammy 2 weeks before, and when he was receiving his Grammy, he was very outspoken about everything that's happening with ICE and his, community, the Hispanic community, and he went out there and that performance, like you saw the storefront and you saw all the things that were being portrayed in that performance. It mirrored what goes on in America and how important the Hispanic community and how important immigrants play a role in today's society. And it was just the
But Cope,
perfect,
did
like
you
he was the
feel that
perfect
at the
person for
time?
that. Yeah,
Did you feel that at the time during the
I was
during the
around.
performance?
I did. Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
connect the dots, but I was around I was around my friends and they started talking about it. I was like, oh yeah. They started pointing things out. So
So, like,
yeah, real time, like I was seeing what he was trying to communicate. But
Chuck,
yeah.
Chuck, do you think you're that way with halftime performances because we grew up without a halftime show?
Wasn't it like high school bands or something like?
Yeah, it was high school bands with a halftime show or whatever, college bands.
Um,
We did like, and do you know the reason why we have a halftime show now? Drew, this should have been like part of your pop culture. Do you guys know why we have a halftime show?
money.
No. Well, yeah, in part it is because of money, but there's one particular reason why.
Commercials.
In 1991, there was a variety show that decided to go live
oh, that's right. That's
during
right.
halftime of the Super Bowl. And
That's right.
when halftime came on, basically the whole nation turned over to
Change channels,
to the variety show to watch that, and then turned back over to the NFL, to the Super Bowl. And the NFL was like, yeah, F that, we're never doing this again. We got to get somebody at halftime. And the very next year, they got Michael Jackson to do the halftime show. They got Michael Jackson.
I don't know.
And the variety show was In Living Color,
And
a
Living
black
Color.
a variety show developed by a black family.
The Wayne
It was Living Color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't. That's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
But think about the narrative that's been
Um,
like being spewed about Bad Bunny's performance. It's about how un-American it is. Just for the people listening, Puerto Rico is U.S. soil. It is a territory. Like if you went to the Bahamas, or like if you, let's say, fly to the states, like Florida,
Bahamas is British territory. But
it's, it's U.S.
stop.
Isn't it?
But no,
Troy, Troy, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it British or U.S.?
I'm not sure.
Or am I thinking of Bermuda?
You might be thinking about me.
Anyways, if you ever fly to Florida, you then it's like flying to Puerto Rico. All you gotta do is hop on that John. You fly. Just the
Yeah, you're right,
narrative.
Drew. Like that
That's how
halftime
it
show
works.
was. Yeah,
I
like
know.
it was a
I
lot more
know this because.
American. Hmm.
Yeah. So so Troy, when you were bringing up how the NFL was disturbed by how the audience went to the variety show
Mm-hmm.
because they're taking away attention from them, like you said, a black-bodied show, and if we look at the NFL, who's in charge at least, doubt there are many black people, especially at that time, were in charge in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So, so they got Michael Jackson, right? And then we get someone again, a multi, you know, international star, and I say that just be able his reach because of all of Latin America, just around the world in general, giving him the shout outs to like, Venezuela, Costa Rica, all down the list, Dominican Republic, Cuba, whatnot. The narrative that America doesn't house or grow or you know uh, have citizens that make up the country and everything that Bad Bunny names drops that contribute to society, contribute to our economy, contribute to our jobs and everything. I think it's just I think it's important to see people taking the opportunity to use, let's say like the halftime as a platform to communicate, those positive messages.
I agree.
So for again for Troy and my dad, you guys didn't grow up with a halftime, so you're not as attracted to watching it or as interested. So it makes sense. It's an age thing.
Troy, do you watch the halftime? I mean, you probably watch this one. Do you usually watch the halftime show?
It depends on who's performing. It really does.
And I think that's fair.
And it depends on if the Eagles were in it and who's performing. No, I may go into my room and put the covers over my head and just pray, right? Like I'm doing something
Oh,
stupid like that.
all right,
Um,
so
Did you
let me
watch
ask you
Rihanna?
guys: who was performing when the Eagles faced the
yes, I made
Patriots?
sure to watch that one.
Who was performing at the halftime show when the Eagles faced the Patriots back in
I have
I
no
'04?
have no
idea,
idea.
no
I have
idea.
no idea.
Justin Timberlake, I think maybe
Who?
I have,
Justin
I
Timberlake. I
have
think
no idea.
I only know that because
No,
I saw like a post of like
no. Justin Timberlake and Janet
But
Jackson?
that
No,
goes
I
to
don't think that was.
show.
no,
But
no,
that goes
Oh,
to
the
okay.
show
second
because
time. The second time he
because
did it, he did
Oh,
it
okay.
twice.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no
but it
idea.
goes to show because Noah wasn't even born. Noah was still a cell. Me and
Oh, you
Kobe
talking
were
about?
only
Hold on. What Patriot game you talking about? What Patriot game you
in
talking about?
'04.
I was alive for both of them.
I have no idea.
And you
I have
were
no idea who
no,
did
you weren't
halftime
Noah
show
because it
then.
happened in February. You were born in
No, Noah was
August.
alive. He was very much alive
He was
because
alive.
him and Zachary were crying during the Super Bowl, and it was driving me
Some
bananas.
brother you are, Drew.
Okay, I have something to say about this halftime.
Chuck was ready to throw Drew out the window.
I was. Noah was like, I'm like, shut those kids up. Where's that? We're at my mom's house, and
I don't
Zach
remember
and Noah are
this.
about the same age, and they were babies.
Yeah.
I was like, shut those kids up. Tom Brady's picking us apart, and they're screaming.
So about this halftime, I've never really been one to care about the halftime. Like if someone's on that like I'll like watch to like see if they break up good songs. I don't think you needed to like understand Spanish to like feel like the emotion and like the how powerful that performance was. And I've never actually seen anyone like this many people care about like who was performing. Yeah, I kind of just I was excited for it just because of how mad it was making all the like the racists. So that's why I was super excited for it, and I was really pushing for it. I thought it was a great performance. I like some Bad Bunny songs. Like I don't know what he's saying, but like it's you don't really need to. Like it's still good music. Uh, yeah, I feel like you don't need to know Spanish to feel how powerful and feel the emotion in his music and how much it meant to people and to get the message that he was trying to put out there for us. And like I just don't believe that people really wanted to watch Kid Rock over like
I
Bad
didn't even
Bunny.
know he was performing
No, they had their
on the
own
opposite side. I had no
separate,
idea.
their own separate but equal type of bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't
Turning
even know.
Point
Who
US.
cares?
Yeah. Fuck Kid Rock.
Watch your mouth. So Noah, I do agree with you, Noah. I'm trying to be honest. Like it didn't really hit me until I saw things on social media, and I thought it was pretty powerful. And I think you have to take into account. And Troy, I know Troy's probably a bigger music fan than I am. I think you have to like take into account um, the the Bad Bunny's a lot younger than I am, and I think he's talking to a different audience. Even if he was even if he was singing in English, he's not like really talking to my demographic. So that on top of the language barrier, it didn't in the moment it didn't hit me until later on when when it was translated again through the filter of social media.
But
Um,
Dad,
I there was one guy in particular that kind of broke it down like song by song. I thought it was really interesting. I should have saved it on Instagram. He broke song by song and why he did this, why he did that, and that's when it hit me. It didn't hit me in the moment, and I think it had a lot to do with language and also just I'm not his demographic. I'm just not.
Dad,
I
did
would
did that language barrier and even the age demographic, did that make you uncomfortable?
No,
I wasn't directing that towards you. I was directing it towards the people that were like,
no, I
"Oh
know
my
you're
god."
not. But the
No,
I
yeah,
w-
yeah, yeah.
like there
no,
was
I know
people
you
that were
weren't
like, "Oh
directing
my
with me,
god,
but I think
I don't want to watch this. Like it's not in English. Like where's
no. I
America?"
just told you guys that was the first halftime show that I've watched the entire halftime show. I've never done that in my life ever. I've never. I don't even care. I never even cared about the halftime show. Like I had to get up, went to the bathroom, stretch my legs, get something to eat. I don't even watch the halftime show most of the time because it's not for me. It's not for. It's not really for football fans. It's for people who are watching the game for the first time to keep their attention.
What
So
also
I just
helped,
never
I think,
watched it.
was what also helped was the fact that the first half was so bad. We needed something else that wasn't football at that point in time.
Yeah, like the first half
I
was
feel like
trash.
I was
That
a
was a
lot
terrible
more.
game.
This was probably
When did I say it was a
the
good
most
game?
excited I was for a halftime show, just because of
Never
how
said
bad
that.
the game was in the first half. But speaking of the king of pop, Drew, you are the king of pop culture updates, so we're gonna kick it to
Sure.
you for your next pop culture
Update, sure.
update. First one in a minute. What do you got for us tonight, Drew?
So
Hold up.
let's-
Did you guys see that transition? Did you hear
Yes,
the
I-
transition
Yeah, I
I
heard
just
it.
Yes,
did?
we heard, Dad.
I
We
peeped
heard.
it. We're trying to play it cool here.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Like
You ruined it.
So speaking of ice, right?
When were we speaking of ice?
Speaking of ice, because it's so cold, and somebody mentioned ice. I think Kobe mentioned.
No one
ice.
mentioned ice. No
Kobe
one
mentioned
did.
ice. Kobe
You
did.
did.
Okay.
You hush.
All right. So I wanted to talk about all these ICE agents coming to these major cities. There were a couple of things I wanted to mention. I wanted to mention in previous podcasts, but I couldn't commit. But now I'm here. I can. It's a bit late, but I wanted to talk about some of the ICE agents, specifically in Philly. ICE agents in general have been in Newark. They got a detention center in Elizabeth. They've been in New Brunswick. They've been in I think also in Trenton. Yeah, they're everywhere here in Jersey, and they're also in Philadelphia. And I wanted to talk about how the presence of this Black Panther Party was attending, right? And I wanted to talk about that a bit. And I'll talk about a lot of the protests that's been going on against ICE. And I wanted to know. Let me start with Colby. Colby, how do you feel about the presence of these ICE agents? You know, especially I think with our age demographic, I think taking notice with our cameras, being more vocal, especially when like in academic spaces, because even students are being targeted. What are your thoughts? Let me get your thoughts real quick.
I mean, I know that there are still forms of the KKK out there, but I feel like this is a modern day KKK, and anytime I hear a story online or on social media, it's just sad. It's sad and it makes me angry that these things are happening. So that's really how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I would say we all feel the same way about it.
Yeah.
Can I let me say something though? This might get us ripped off the air, but hear me
Speak
out.
your truth.
Okay. If you look at the demographics of the voting in the last election, who voted for who? 93% of black women voted for Kamala against Trump. About 78% of black men voted for Kamala. We did what we had to do. Like we did it. If you look at the Hispanic community,
It was like divided in half, something like that.
Hispanic men, 58% voted for Trump. Women, a little lower, but the majority, a lot of them voted for Trump. And I'm not saying anyone deserves this, but it is, I just want to say it's super frustrating to watch this happen, because it is sad. Kobe's absolutely right. It is super sad, but it's super frustrating when, as a black person, as a black community, we did what we needed to do. And we still have to fight for something that they voted for. And not the only reason, one of the many reasons I'm against ICE is because at some point, the right's going to realize, and I don't know how we became a political podcast, but the right is going to realize that the immigration is not the issue. And then these billionaires are going to, okay, it's not them, let's find another group. Let's find another group to blame your problems on, because it can't be us, the billionaires. It can't be the billionaires. It's not our fault. We're going to find another group to blame your problems on, and we're going to target them. And that group could be us. It could be
Us as in who?
it could be black people. Oh, it's not.
Dude,
It's not immigrants anymore. It's now the black people are now that's the problem.
Dude,
So
we've been the problem. We've been the problem for 400 years. Like that's not going to.
Yeah, but I do understand. I guess what I'm saying is it's if we don't stop it now, even though it's very frustrating for me to watch a lot of these people vote for this. If we don't stop it now, if it's not black, it's going to be left-handers. There's going to be people with green eyes. It's going to be Jewish people. It's going to be.
I
It's going to
agree.
be one other group they're going to blame it on if we don't stop it now. So that's
I
why
agree.
I'm against it. But it is frustrating when you look at the demographics of voting. They voted for this.
Yes.
When I
But
mean
I
they,
think
obviously, if they're your citizens, I get it, but their family members are being affected by this. What they voted for, and now they want black people to come save the day again, and that's really, really frustrating for me.
But I think that's just the effect of white supremacy. It convinces white
Yeah,
people as well to vote
label
against
it,
their own interests.
Noah,
And
label what you want, but it's reality. They this they voted for this, and that's what
yes,
frustrates me.
yes, and I will openly say I don't feel bad if you voted against your own interests and you're affected by it based on your own vote. Like if you're someone who works, um, what for Department of Education, and you voted for Trump and then you got laid off. Am I supposed to feel bad for you? Am I supposed to feel bad for you?
No. No.
No, I work. I have a government job. I am affected by this man. He wants to shut the post office down. I am affected by this man, and there are plenty of people in my job that voted for him. Still double down in his bullshit, knowing he wants to shut us all down. And if he fired all of us, I wouldn't feel single bad for anyone who voted for him. Like, yeah, this is what you wanted, bro. And it's only
That's the
affected
third time you cursed.
Yeah.
That's the third time you cursed.
He said, "Yeah."
Cameron,
He's a
Cameron
grown
doing
man.
Too much.
He's a
too
grown
much
man.
Burn right now.
He's grown.
Yes. So.
He's gone,
it's-
So
Chuck.
that's. I just want to get my take on it.
Baby-
I,
baby
do I
Drew's
agree with
but this
gone,
goes back
Chuck.
to.
Baby Drew's
But that's
gone.
the thing.
Chuck.
But that's the whole point of these like protests going on. Again, Philly was protesting because an innocent American citizen was killed by federal police, murdered.
No, Drew, we know the news. We got social media. We see it. We get it.
Yes, and people are
We get it.
still, and there's still not enough people upset. There's not, because not enough.
Agreed.
There's plenty.
Listen,
There's not
Drew.
enough. Not enough.
Drew, if there are children being killed and not enough people are upset, like they're not going to get upset over this, over what happened in Minnesota either. It's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
no, I agree. And it's sad. It's sad. But it's the world we live in. It affects. The protests affected what?
It's the
Raptors
country.
game?
It's the
You remember
country
the
we
Rap-
live in.
But I'm
It's the
saying,
country we
Dad's
live in.
like, I know, but Dad's like, how did we get so political? Everything is political. Everything is political.
I never. I said, how did we become a political podcast? We're gonna call this section Drew's Political Corner.
And we're gonna call this Chuck's consensus to complacency.
Oh, are you guys watching the Sixers?
Let's see.
Not just
Yeah,
switch
BJ
subjects.
just hit it through. They're down.
I'm
for
watching it right
but
now.
Drew,
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, were you gonna say that?
No, Drew. Thank you, Drew, for
Yeah, Drew. I think it is important to touch on important topics like this. So
it
thank
is
you.
very
Thank you.
important.
And it keeps us valid as a podcast that can dive into different topics. So thank you. And with that, moving into I guess a less or a more lighthearted segment, gonna get into our nutritional corner. Started recently by my father and I. We welcome any suggestions from outsiders. But I did have something to discuss on this week's episode. I wanted to talk about my favorite or what I think are the best builders for the chest in the gym.
Gosh.
My top 5 chest exercises. What?
I have a question too, Cole.
No, I'm watching the stupid Sixers, man. They can't grab a rebound. Ice Age is in there just turning the ball over. As soon as he gets in there, he dribbles the ball for 15 seconds
he's
and then
gotta
turns it
steal.
over.
You just got to steal.
I mean, I must be behind, or
Why?
he just bricked a three.
Why is he like initiating our offense right now?
Because that's what.
That's
Yeah,
what
let's get
Darren Moore
let's get
wanted.
into the chest.
Can we get my Kobe's chest?
Yeah, so I have a few favorite exercises for chest growth, and you guys can think about if you use them, maybe incorporate them into your routine as well. But my top 5, starting with number 5, just for and this is for me personally. I don't know if this is beneficial for the general population, but what I've experienced, dips. I would put dips at number 5. I think they're a great chest builder. I've done dips probably since I was like 12 years old. On
Why
my
is that,
dad's
son?
little dip thing. Because, like I said, on my dad's dip thing that he had in his room all the time. We'll go in his room, watch the Sixers, do some dips, pull ups. So dips, I think,
Is
have
there
always been a big one for me. You
hold up,
can get a
Cole,
lot
is
of
there
tricep work. Yeah.
but if you don't, let's say you don't have equipment, is there a way to do dips without equipment?
Oh, if you don't have if you
A
don't
dip
have
machine?
a gym
Correct.
or a dip machine, it's hard. You can do tricep dips on like the edge of your bed.
Okay.
It would just be a different. It wouldn't work the chest, just work your
Got it.
triceps. But that's you can go to a park and grab onto like the handlebars, a park setup and do dips. But yeah, that is a good point. If you don't have a gym or a dip machine, it does become tough. But nonetheless, that would be my fifth. Number four. Hold on.
What?
Single arm chest press. The single arm chest press done with a cable. You actually get a lot of core out of this when done the right way. And it's also a great builder for the outside of the chest. You really don't need a whole lot of weight for it. I usually use like 5 to 10 pounds. And I go really slow for like 8 to 12 reps. And by the time you're at 8, your chest is on fire. At like 5, using 5 pounds. So I really like that movement. And you get a lot of core out of it as well. And then dumbbell flies at number 3. Really classic one. Opening that big book with the 2 weights, bringing them together at the top. I think it's I wouldn't call it a foundational chest exercise in a program, but it's something that I do in almost every program that I've done. Bench press, number 2, definitely a staple exercise in a program. I think that a good full body routine will have a bench press in it, whether done on a Smith machine, whether you're using a barbell, whether you're using a dumbbell, 2 dumbbells for a dumbbell bench press. I just think that's a go-to for a lot of people and I'm sure there's a lot of science that backs up. It will contribute to chest growth. And then number 1 would be an incline press. So an incline chest press. I do this a lot with dumbbells. I think it's a lot more functional than a traditional bench press. You're incorporating a lot of the upper chest when you're doing an incline press. And I think because it's so, like I said, because it's so functional, and I think that it even will contribute to chest growth more than a regular bench press. I would make that my number 1 exercise.
Yeah, I think the incline press, whether it's a barbell or dumbbell, it targets the upper chest, and it basically it pushes your upper chest forward. So it's a very pronounced. It's an exercise that gives your chest a very pronounced look. So yeah, I mean
We see
that's
your
good,
chest.
huh? What'd you say?
Can we see you and Kobe's chest?
No.
Pause.
No. I like the fly machine, Colby cable flies, or the fly machine. Like if I'm doing chest, I'll do the flies, and then I'll do the incline barbell press, and then maybe some cable flies, incline and decline cable flies, and then I'm going to finish that off with some straight push-ups. Push-ups are just, to me, that's a staple for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, like
Yeah.
when
Only
go
reason
to
I
the
didn't
gym-
have push-ups is because as I've like become a trainer and gotten more into fitness, I realized that push-ups is like, it's a full body workout. Like you're not just working, you're working everything. If you're doing it right, you're working
Right.
everything in a push-up.
Right. Shoulders,
I-
triceps.
Mhm.
I feel like there are a lot of people that can't do 10 good push-ups, 15 like good push-ups. So but yeah, definitely Like I grew up doing a whole lot of push-ups, so. But that was
Why?
the
Why?
reason
Why
I
is
did it.
that? How come you grew up
Because
doing a lot of
you-
push-ups?
You humiliated me in front of family and asked me if I did my push-ups every time we hung out at someone's house, and I say no, and you say, well, you got to do your push-ups. That's
Not just
why.
you. You know, my nephews. You know, Jalen and Jarrett too.
Yeah, you didn't say they
Devin.
had bird chest though, or noodle arms.
Well, you know, you had some noodle arms. Your arm, his arms look like SpongeBob's legs. But now, like his
I gotta-
arms is like
His arms.
he's
look like
he's
my
grown
head.
a lot.
The power
He's
of protein
grown a lot.
and push-ups.
He
Yeah, you
looks
guys
like a
see
mini.
you see my motivation.
Yes,
He
I
looks
see
like
you
a
on
mini
Instagram.
Lou Ferrigno. What is wrong with Kelly Oubre? Chuck,
Wow, they're down
I know he missed a
11.
free throw.
look, I guarantee you,
So-
he's missing a free throw.
He's had a bad turnover. Kobe, my question, it was, I think someone put it in the chat that Paul George was taking ketamine.
Yeah, I put that in there.
Is that a,
Like,
what?
yeah.
What is that? What is it, and what does it do? What does it help? Like, what does it do? Why would he take that?
I don't know. I'm not a drug person, so I don't really.
Neither am I. But I know that it helps
Okay.
with.
I don't know if it
both-
was like some kind of like performance
Let's just
enhancer. I don't
take
know
a
what it is.
Well, I know that it
No.
helps with your not only with whatever was going on physically with him, but like if he was depressed or if was dealing with anxiety, it also helps with those sort of things.
And pain
Is that something
management.
you can get a,
Yeah,
And
is that
pain
something you get a
management.
prescription for? It's not illegal, right? It's not like
No, it's
No,
not
it's-
illegal.
it's
No, it's not
illegal.
illegal.
But he could have got a
I
prescription.
thought it was
like-
illegal, but it's not.
Interesting. Okay, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, not cool, but it seems odd. I don't believe. I know it was in. You put a link in there, but I it doesn't seem right. Something else is going on. I could care less. I just want him to come back and help the team at some point.
You should be doing.
Why
some
do you think
push-ups.
so?
What my
else is
last
going
question?
Wait, hold on. What did you
Huh?
say, Noah?
Said, why do you think something else is going on?
Because if it's ketamine, if it's something you get a prescription for, like I can go to the doctor right now, and I can say, listen, I need a prescription for this, and they'll most likely
But
they give it to
there's-
me. If I'm an
There can be
NBA
legal
player,
things that
you're
are
pro-
banned. In that.
but not if you have a prescription for it, you can get about anything. I don't think you can take, you can't take like Adderall, and without a prescription in the NBA, you'll get banned, but you can get a prescription for it, as long as the league knows. So
Well, no, ketamine
And
is
no,
a
I
banned
don't really-
substance actually.
what's that?
Ketamine is a banned substance in the NBA's anti.
For the NBA?
Yeah.
But even if you have can you get a prescription for it?
I don't know.
Probably not if it's banned.
It's
Stop
unauthorized
defen-
use.
no, stop defending every Sixer.
Yeah, I think you're
Just
right,
like-
Chuck.
just-
I
Wait.
think
just like-
he probably used it without telling anyone.
He's defending the Sixers the way you defend the Phillies organization.
It's like
Go. Let's
the
move on,
man.
Kobe.
The man.
I'm
It's
ready-
like the
I'm ready
man
to
made a
transition.
mistake. The man made a mistake. Just let it happen. Like he made a mistake, and you're like you're trying to find something bigger than what it is. Like I'm confused. I don't know.
Kobe, can we move on?
I'm a little
Sure,
confused
sure.
too.
Dad, did you have anything else for nutritional corner?
Free ball.
No, we're good
Any
with that.
tips,
Kobe,
tricks?
why
Cool.
did you say ooh when I said cottage cheese? Do you not like cottage cheese?
Just
Cottage
the thought of
cheese
it
is
with
listen to
ice
my
cream.
first-
The thought of
No,
it-
no, Chuck. When you say I'm eating some homemade
Ice
ice cream, and the first ingredient is
ooh,
cottage
it's
cheese,
chocolate.
That's
that doesn't
disgusting.
that's not right.
That's
It's not
disgusting.
right.
Calm down. All of y'all
It's
calm down.
it's
Relax.
not right. All right.
It was delicious.
I don't know how.
Can't-
Well, okay, it's fine. It could be delicious. Don't call it ice cream. Just
Word.
don't call it ice cream.
Call it-
Don't
call
call
it-
it homemade
My-
ice
my-
cream.
Call
My
it-
frozen
Absolutely
dessert
delicious.
was really good.
Yeah, it's technically a frozen dessert. It's a frozen dessert.
Fine. If that helps,
Does
helps
Chuck
you guys,
watch
fine.
Martin?
It was-
Frozen
Dad,
dairy dessert.
What'd you say?
Of
does
course I
Chuck
watched
watch Martin, Dad?
I did watch.
Yeah,
Martin.
I hope so.
I watched it.
Kobe, you watched Martin?
I don't get.
I was forced to.
He has no choice.
Am I the only one who
I
thinks
had to
Martin
see
Lawrence
what
is not that funny?
This guy was cackling
you-
about.
Are you serious?
upstairs.
I
Drew,
don't think he's that funny.
mute him. Mute Drew right now.
He doesn't
Martin
think he's
Lawrence
that
is
funny.
not that funny.
You
Martin
talking about
Lawrence?
Martin or
Mute
Martin?
his mic.
You talking about the show or him in particular?
All right.
muted.
Martin,
I
the
had to
show
be-
wasn't funny. I didn't think it was that funny.
Martin, the show
Well,
is
to-
hilarious. It's
to
the best.
each-
It's one of the best shows I've ever seen.
I liked Martin Lawrence in Bad Boys. I like him in Bad Boys. But I consider that a Will Smith movie, personally. It just
Well,
so
to
happened
each
to feature
their-
Martin Lawrence.
To each their own has never rang truer than now. With that, fellas, speaking of to each their own, Chuck does definitely wants to battle Tyler Hansbrough once more on this episode. So I
Hold
guess
on,
we
before
can
we get
get
to
in.
that, because that's
When are we
the
gonna
finale.
when are we gonna
Did you-
cut this game complete?
I
Like,
do.
can we talk
I want
about
to
this?
ask.
You want to talk about Darren Peters? Darren, what's his name? Daryl.
DNP.
Yeah.
Darren Peterson. But I do want to know, and maybe we can leave it for another podcast, but think of the Philadelphia managers and coaches. I do want to know, who do you guys think would be,
the first
I
one.
guess, fired first, and who
It would be
stay
Rob
around the
Thompson.
longest?
It would be Rob Thompson.
You
He'd
think
be
he
the first
He
one.
would go first.
Well, I mean, just based on the season and timing. Like, if the Philly season goes wrong, well, I'm sorry. I guess it would be Daryl Morey if not Daryl Morey. It would be Nick Nurse if they completely flame out in the playoffs.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, I
who
think
would you?
I think Daryl Morey would give Nick Nurse a little more rope. I think this is the last season for Rob Thompson. If it doesn't
you don't
work
think it's the
out,
last
if it
for
yeah, but
Sirianni?
but Sirianni, that season, by the time Sirianni season starts,
Oh,
the baseball season will be over. So, well, you know what I mean.
Okay.
But yeah, Rob
They're all
Thompson
on the
to
last
me,
pick.
they all are. Well,
of-
not Rick Tocchet, not Rick Tocchet.
Out of
So
out
you're
of
saying
all
just because
the-
of the timing of the schedule, like the way the season kind of is playing out, like Rob Thompson
Correct.
will be going first.
I think
Yeah,
Rob
okay.
Thompson would be going first.
out of all the managers, all the GMs, coaches of our teams, like the only one that's safe is Harry Roseman, respectfully. Like anyone else, could get the boot, honestly. If it's up to me.
Yeah,
Probably.
I don't have a problem
Well,
with that.
Daryl did sign a new contract, so I don't think. I mean, they could still pay
That's-
him. Like, if fire him, like I pay him.
Yeah,
But he's
It's not my money. I hope not. I hope.
By
not.
the way, Drummond has a
Like-
double-double. I'm just saying. I'm just reading the stats.
That's great.
I'm just reading the stats.
That's,
Go ahead,
I mean,
Kobe, I'm
that's,
sorry.
that's
Like,
awesome.
for Drummond's whole career, he's been like the guy who people say oh, he give you 20 and 20 every night and somehow not impact the game. That's been his thing his whole career. So I don't care about his numbers, honestly. But I don't
Yeah,
mind
that's
having
fine.
That's a-
I'm
that's
just
a
reading
great-
this. I'm just
That is a
reading the facts.
great point, Noah. That is
I'm
a
just
great
reading
point.
the numbers, dudes. I'm not saying anything.
He
He
just
has
had,
a double-double. It's a fact.
You're like Daryl Morey. You just look at the analytics, and that's why you like him so much.
You know who? All right, look. Did you guys? Are you guys looking at Barlow's numbers?
No.
1.3 rebounds in 22 minutes. Is that
When right now?
contract, holding him down?
He still
He has
clears.
1 point and 3
He still
rebounds.
clears Drummond.
All right, fine.
He still clears
If you-
Drummond. He's a two-way player.
Drummond has 10 points and 13 rebounds, and a 3
Sixers making a little bit of
and
a
2
run
blocks.
here. Down
I
six.
turned,
All right.
I turned that game off. This
All
is
right, go. Now we.
this
If
is
you
an
guys,
unserious
if you
talk.
want to talk about Darren Peterson, I don't care. You can. I wanted to know if you guys.
I would rather talk about Darren
Did
Peterson
you
than
hear
talk
what happened
about
to him?
than talk about Tyler Hansbrough.
yeah, he took himself out. He took
But he's
himself
been
out the
doing that
game.
all year, and I just found that out today. Does that Troy is an old school basketball
Yeah,
guy,
th-
college
Yeah,
basketball?
that's going to bother me. That would bother me. Why are you taking yourself out? Unless he's really hurt, but he's done it too often. He's done it too many times.
I heard he's making $7 million this year.
I don't. He deserves it, right? He deserves whatever these kids make. They deserve.
I'm not saying
it.
no, Troy. I'm not a blanket statement. Like, yeah, they can get what they want. My problem
Right.
is, if you are taking yourself out, like if you're taking this money, you owe something to that university to play.
I agree. Listen, it's a red flag. It's a huge red flag. I don't know what the reasoning is. I don't know if he's afraid of getting hurt. I have no idea. Do I think it's going to affect his draft stock? I honestly don't know, but I hope it does.
All right, this
I
real
hope
quick.
I hope it
Kelly's
it affects. Go ahead.
Sixers are down 6, and Kelly's about to go to the free throw line.
He's missing one. I hope it affects his draft stock to the point where the Sixers can draft him.
That would be,
Okay.
the biggest steal in
Wow.
NBA draft history.
Right,
Give
you
me-
pa- you
I've
pack
never
you
seen
pack
him
that
play.
late first round. You pack that late first round with a couple of seconds, and you continue to move up. You throw in
Well,
Ice
give
Age
me a
in one of the
comp.
trades. You throw in
Give me a
Ice
comp,
Age.
Troy. Give me a comp.
We would if we put him in the deal, like we'd have to like add a pick for someone to like take it.
By the way, Kelly hit both free throws. Just saying. I'm just
you're
reading. I'm
way
just
ahead.
giving you the facts.
Like, it's
What?
sad.
Give me a
It's
comp
sad
for
we-
him.
it's
I've
sad
never
we
seen him
have to
play.
be-
Kawhi Leonard. I would say.
Kawhi.
He just
No, I can't. No, I can't. I can't go there
does-
just
he's
yet.
a two-way guy, mid-range game, hits threes, athletic. That was
And he takes himself out of games. Okay, yeah, you know what? That is a proper that is a proper comparison. And he doesn't play every game. He takes himself out. Yeah, that's proper.
and he's very like same expression all the time, like Kawhi.
Interesting.
I see
Like,
that.
I would
Okay,
say like
that's fair.
like maybe like a Devin Booker type.
Okay. I also haven't watched him a whole ton. I mean, how much can you really watch? Devin
I think
Booker
they're
is
playing
interesting.
Michigan this coming up or something.
What'd you say?
I think they're playing Michigan, aren't they? Pretty. Isn't that coming up?
No,
Is that a thing?
Duke plays Michigan Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, Duke play Michigan. Okay, yeah. Okay.
All right, fellas. With that, wanna
No, I want to.
What?
Tyler Harrisborough.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Hurry up.
This is
One
what everybody
more
waiting for.
thing.
All right.
Like
So just to be clear, like I'm trying to find. I'm not like. I don't like throw Lynn Bias and like Ralph Sampson out there. It's not. They're everyone knows they're better college basketball players than Tyler.
Mhm.
I'm trying to find like a comp that's fair to Tyler. But the fact we're still talking about Tyler Hansborough in
Oh,
2026.
like
is
you
still
care what's fair
amazing.
to Tyler. Sorry.
you're the one talking about him in 2026. What do you mean we? You're the one bringing him up.
All right, Troy.
Yes.
Tyler Hansborough. I have two, by the way, because we haven't podcasted in a while. I don't know the next time we're going to podcast.
Let's do this.
Like
Tyler
Brutus.
Hansborough or Danny Manning. Let's go. Say it. You say it. They're like 4 years in school, player of the year, won a national championship. He checks all the boxes.
I have to go with Danny Manning.
What?
I have to
Yes.
go with Danny Manning.
You have
And
Danny
the
to.
Manning
podcast.
put Danny Manning and Larry Brown
And
put Kansas back on the map
They did.
because they were they suspended before that?
Why did I think I got suspended afterwards?
Yeah, they probably got suspended afterwards too. But Kansas was nowhere from when did they win in 88?
88.
80. Yeah, so Kansas was not like it wasn't like a blue blood. It wasn't considered a blue blood
yeah.
in the mid 80s. late '80s until Danny Manning showed up. And even then, his whole career, they were just middling. But they just had one magical run, and it put them back on the map. Like it was Danny Manning and a bunch of nobodies. It would have been like if Iverson and the Sixers 2001 Sixers won a chip.
Yeah.
It would have been
He was one of my favorite players. I thought he would be just a dominant not dominant. They were comparing him to Magic a little bit, which I didn't see in college, but I thought he in today's game he would be a really good player.
yeah.
But he didn't have a pro career that I thought. But
I you know what they're on par with each other.
they are. Danny Manning is
They're on
actually the
par.
black Tyler Hansborough. If you
They're
think about it.
on par. No, listen, Hansborough. Like I don't remember Danny Manning his freshman year. Do you?
No, but he came in with a lot of hype. He came.
Okay.
He was the '84 Olympic team. No, was it '84? He was one of the high school players that was invited to one of the Olympics tryouts. Was it '84? It had to be '84. Yeah,
Had to be 84.
yeah. It was him and someone else, another high school kid, was playing against like Jordan and that whole '84 squad.
Yeah.
So he
that's
came with some hype.
comparable.
Obviously,
I'm not going to say
he's
I can't say he was more impactful than Tyler, but they are on par. That's a good one.
all right. Here's the last one.
Okay.
I'm watching. Troy, Noah will tell you. I've been watching like old college basketball games, and it's in my YouTube feed for some reason. What? This might be too high level, but what do you think about James Worthy?
His impact? You mean versus Tyler?
Yeah. So we didn't see. We were too young to like see his
Right.
freshman year. He was highly recruited,
Uh-huh.
but and he obviously the media wasn't as when Tyler Hansborough was playing. So I don't know that we didn't see the hype, but I can tell you one thing: he was in that Georgetown game.
He was ridiculous.
He was like, you know, like when you're like a young teenager and your uncle gets off of work and he plays you in basketball. That's how Worthy seemed in that Georgetown game.
a man amongst boys.
He had a full beard.
Yeah.
Like he looked.
Yeah,
he
he
was
didn't look like a
incredible.
college player.
He didn't look like a college player at all. He looked like a grown man
So
against
Colby,
Ewing, Jordan, like that whole squad.
so Colby, I
Sleepy Floyd.
took back what I said. I said that I said that Manning and Tyler Hansborough are comparable. Like that was a good comparison. I
You
wouldn't
have to
put
give
one
the
over the
edge
other.
to Danny Manning, though. You have to, Troy.
I give it to him. I'll give him the edge, a slight edge, because he didn't have the supporting cast that Hansborough had.
He got a sporting cast.
He didn't have the supporting cast.
That's fair.
But yeah, James
He
Worthy.
checked every box.
Well, no, not every box truck. There was one thing that Hansborough did that Danny Manning didn't do. That was make an All-American team all 4 years. Danny Manning didn't make All-American his freshman year.
All right, well, there it is.
You missed the part when
There's
he
the
was-
argument.
As a high school player, Danny Manning was invited.
You missed
to-
nothing. You didn't miss anything, Colby. You didn't miss anything.
He was invited to participate in an Olympic team
You missed nothing.
In high
as a
school,
high school player. In high school, he was high school player of the year, the whole nine. What about Worthy?
that's a good one.
Worthy.
It's hard to
I
say
was
because we were too young to kind of see
I was
his
too
whole
young.
impact.
I was too young.
Yeah. That Georgetown game, he was dominant though.
Yeah, he was. He was great. Did you
And I don't
have
think-
you been watching Soul Power at all?
No, what is that?
You haven't watched that?
I don't think I've watched it. It sounds familiar. What is it?
It's about the ABA.
Oh, I did see that. I saw like the
You have
poster for it.
there's it's not like the other ABA specials that they had on. This is a 4-part
Mm.
series, and they dive into like every aspect of the ABA. There's a lot of things that I did not know about. Kareem
Is that
should have
on
been in
Prime?
the ABA. Kareem should have been in the ABA.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
and
okay.
the owners messed it up. I'm sorry, not the owners didn't mess it up. One man messed it up. George
Okay,
Mikan.
I'm gonna check it out. George Mikan. He was a commissioner.
He was the commissioner, and he effed it up.
What is it on Prime?
It's on Prime.
Okay,
It's
I'll
on
check it
Prime.
out. Well, the one last thing. Well, two things. Shut up, Drew.
One more thing.
Fred Brown should have gotten a lot more heat for that pass he made to Worthy. Not only that, he had like two other boneheaded plays
Could you
in
imagine?
that game.
Could
Down
you
the
imagine if social media was around back then?
Ah, he would have killed
He would have
himself.
committed suicide.
Literally,
He would
he
have
would have
committed
committed
suicide.
suicide.
Who is this?
Yes,
Fred Brown.
Fred
He
Brown
was.
for
He's
Georgetown.
at the end of the game. Basically, Jordan hits the shot, and Georgetown has the ball. And they're down by one.
They're down by one.
They're down by one. Time's
Jordan puts
running
them up by
out.
one. Yeah. Yep.
He fakes a pass to, I forgot who was on the wing,
Probably
and
Sleepy
James
Floyd, probably.
Worthy jumps it. So he keeps it. He looks someplace else, and then he goes to make the pass again. And James Worthy's just sitting right there. He just throws it to James
He,
Worthy,
he says
and that was
like
the
it's his
game.
teammate.
And that was
And
the
that was the
game.
game. National championship, and the Jordan legend was born.
Yep.
That was the beginning of the
It was a
Jordan
great
legend.
game. It was a great game. Ewan blocked like the first. He goaltended like the first 3 shots of the game.
More. It was the
2 or
first.
3.
Their first 5 field goals were Ewing goaltends. My last question, Troy. How old? So I was watching Georgetown Villanova too, and we should really do like a. We need to go back like to the flashbacks. We may have to talk about Georgetown Villanova. How old do you think Raleigh Massimino was when they won the championship?
Just by taking a look at him.
Either.
But if I looked at him, Raleigh Massimino was about 62 years old at the time.
He was 49, Troy.
I know. I know.
Troy. He looked like he was one step in the grave.
Yeah. He always had an older look
He was
about him.
balding. He was short and like, oh my God. He was.
Kobe,
he
you know
was-
who Rolly?
yeah, like
You know who Rolly is?
What's his name?
Rolly
Rolly
Massimino.
Massimino.
No.
Does the name
Oh.
sound familiar?
Yeah. Rolly Massimino,
Yeah.
European player.
No, he was a coach. He was a coach for Villanova. But it should sound familiar
when
to
they
you
beat you.
because you got
Yeah.
invited. You got invited to go to Europe with him and some other kids
Why?
for basketball.
Rolly was running it?
I don't know who was running it, but we got a letter in the mail. It was after he came back from the Carolina camp. We get a letter in the mail saying Rolly Massimino is cordially inviting you to travel to Europe and go on some exhibition with these other kids.
Wow.
Like, I was like, I didn't know anything about it. I did a little bit of research. It's like, yeah, this is not happening. That's just more money I gotta pay.
I hear you. But yeah, dude, that dude was 49 when they won, Troy. He looked on death's doorstep.
Sixers lost, guys. Sixers lost by 10.
They depend on Embiid too much.
Womp womp.
So you know what? So whose fault is that?
I don't know if it's anybody's fault. I think they just evolved to that point.
But how? It
Well,
doesn't
are you saying
involve.
They should have made
it
a
does,
move.
No. I think that's coaching. I think that's coaching.
Maybe.
So
Drummond, 10 points, 14 rebounds.
that's
And the
great.
three.
They lost by 10.
I'm just saying, are you saying you can get that production on waivers? You said like you can get a backup center like who? Like you can get that production off waivers?
but Chuck, he gave me 10 and 14. It's not like he's doing that every single game, and it's not like he can get on the floor every single game.
Well, the Sixers
So he's
are in
making a- he's
action
making
next
The veteran
Saturday
minimum.
against the Pelicans. So we'll see.
This Saturday, tomorrow.
in 2
You mean
days.
2 days from now?
That's their next game.
Okay.
So we'll see if Drummond can replicate this performance. The Sixers are 30 and 25. I mean,
No,
you're not
that's
going to
fair.
win most
not
games
gonna
on.
replicate
You're not
that
going to win
performance.
most games without
If
him.
And that's
Embiid's
my
playing, he's
problem.
not replicating everything.
That's my whole problem.
Bona
That's my whole
is the
problem.
backup when Embiid plays
Why? Why isn't it Drummond?
because you can't play. You don't need three centers.
But my point is, why isn't Drummond the backup instead of Bona?
Then Bona's got
Why
to
is-
earn the spot.
Because-
Why is the man?
got
Because Bona's better. I don't know what to tell you. He's better, I guess, in that situation.
And that's my whole point. Then we don't need Drummond. I don't want
Fine,
Drummond.
Fine. I'm not like Mary Jo. He's making a league minimum. He's not like he's making a league minimum. He had 10 and 14 today.
It's just I don't like the way this team is put together. They just took out a key cog by trading McCain. It's
That
I'm
I
done.
agree with that.
I'm done.
I agree with that.
I can't with this team anymore.
Well,
Today today was Doc's birthday. It wasn't today, but they had a birthday party for Doc today
That's all.
at the yeah, it's pretty cool.
happy birthday
Troy,
to
what's
the
your
doctor.
before we
76.
get off? What's your favorite, most emotional? I know what it is. I just want you to tell us. Most emotional Doc story. Moment. His most.
Oh,
You know
when they
what?
won the championship.
No.
Oh, at the retirement. Oh, my emotional. It was when when the Nets retired his number.
Yes.
When it-
When they
when it-
retired his number. Yes.
When the Nets retired his number.
When they retired his number. Yes.
Were you
Yeah,
there?
me and my no,
No, we saw
no,
it.
but the whole
It was the first time
year,
we saw him
like
cry.
yeah, the whole year, every team is like, giving him all these gifts.
Oh,
He's going on his retirement tour, and it was the end of the year, the last time they were playing the Nets, and they retired his number, and he held it up with his back towards the camera, and then when he turned around, all you saw was tears coming out of his face, and me and my mom was sitting there, and we both were just like, oh. I started tearing up. My mom started tearing up. It was a great moment. It was a great moment.
It was genuine tears. It wasn't like
Yeah.
performative.
Yeah, he was
tears,
he was borderline boo-hooing.
Yeah.
And his mom was there. His mom was hugging him. It was a great moment.
Yeah. it was-
shout out Dr. J.
And listen, obviously Doc is all over that ABA thing, but like he was something else, man. I wish I saw him play in the ABA.
yeah, that was
I really
after
do.
Doc.
I was talking to Noah about it before we came on, and he was like, Embiid is better. I'm like, get out of my face.
He's a better
I don't even
what
want to
basketball
start,
player.
I don't even want to start with that.
We can
Well,
get into that.
Doc's the-
No, we can
No,
get into
Doc's
it
the
on the
greatest
next.
Sixer.
Not tonight. I'm talking about later at another time.
Those
Kobe.
position comparisons I
thing.
hate, comparing guys that played in different positions. But nonetheless, fellas, that will do it for this episode of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast. Maybe we will debate Dr. J and Embiid. Was it Embiid on the next episode? But for now, make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on social media. Let us know what you think. Stay tuned for our next episode. Hopefully the Sixers turn this thing around and stay afloat in the NBA Eastern Conference standings. We'll see. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.